So let's start by focusing on our breath as we always do. Inhale, belly expands. And exhale, belly softens back, in and downward. We breathe in. And we breathe out. In through the nose and out through the nose. Soft breath in and soft breath out. Do that a few times without trying to change your breath in any way. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we're going to switch this up. When you take an exhale, I want you to pull in and up on your pelvic floor and pull your belly in. And try that. So we're going to inhale. Let's take our arms up if we inhale. Inhale, take arms up. Exhale, take arms down. Lower arms down. Inhale, arms up. How about spread your fingers just like you would spread your toes? If you want, you can spread them. Keep them spread, and as you exhale, pull your belly in at the end of the exhale. So exhale, 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 pull pelvic floor and belly in as you exhale. That's it. Breathe in, and you release that holding of the pelvic floor and the belly. So let the belly expand on the inhale. On the exhale, pull in and up on your pelvic floor and your belly. You're going to feel a contraction. A contraction. Let's take the arms out to the side. Inhale, arms out to the side, and they lift. Turn the palms upwards. Exhale them downwards and pull the pelvic floor and belly in and in and in and up. Inhale, take your arms skyward. Exhale, pull the pelvic floor and belly in and up. So it's a contraction. Inhale, release the contraction. We rise up. Exhale, contract belly and pelvic floor as you lower. And we'll play with this a bit throughout. Now, circle the shoulders up, back, around and down, forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down, and forward, and lifting, and back, and down. One more time, because it feels so good. Yeah, I highly recommend foot massages, shoulder massages, lift up and around and down. But this is the next best thing because you can do it for yourself. So we're reversing it. And come back to center. Now, push your toes down on the right side. Push them down and pull your belly in and up. Then release your toes and let that go. Take an inhale. On the exhale, push your toes. This base of the toes and the toe. Don't look at your toes. No need to growl at them. You can go. And spread them. See, that's the thing. We're spreading them. You are waking them up. And then exhale, push them down and pull your pelvic floor and belly in and up. That's a lot of work. Inhale, let that go. Let's do this again. Inhale, toes rise, spread the toes. You can spread the fingers too, right? We've got sensories. Same kind of idea. We want to spread our fingers, wake them up, wake up the palms. Exhale, push the toe pads down, pull the pelvic floor in and up. So this is diaphragms working in our body. Notice how I said diaphragms. We have more than one. Release, let that go. Now, let's lift the right knee Get moving the rest of the body. Circle the knee around and about. Come back to neutral. Point your toes downward. Inhale, flex your toes and your foot upwards. Exhale down. Inhale, they lift. Exhale down. Inhale, they lift. Push your Barbie toes down and your heel rises up. Ooh, feel that? No pain, right? Like if it's too much pressure, then let go of some of the pressure. Exhale, lower the heel down. Now extend your leg forward, push the heel down, pull the toes towards you. Point the toes away, inhale them towards you, and circle the ankle around and about. And then bring that foot back in. Let's do the other side. Inhaling, left knee rises up. We sit tall, circle around. Always good to do some of these joint freeing moves before we do the other moves. You might hear my chair, it's creaking a little bit. Breathe in and breathe out, and then holding the knee towards you, point and flex and point downward like you're angling the toes downward, and then flex it up and circle the ankle one way and then the other. And then extend the leg, push the heel down. You might want to come towards the edge of the chair. We're sitting tall, and you can point and flex and circle around and about. Good. See, now these little toe things, they will come off if you don't really push them in. I'm feeling it come off just a little bit there. So anyway, now push the toe mounds down across from big toe all the way. Barbie heel rises. Barbie heel rises. I don't know whether you guys have seen that movie yet. I heard it's pretty good. My husband didn't want to go at first. Now he does. Exhale, lower the heel down. Inhale, lift both heels up. As you lift your heels up, lift tall through the spine. Let's interlace our fingers and push the palms away. And lift them skyward. You might bend your elbows a little bit. Beautiful. Open up your arms. Lower your heels down. Swing the right arm into a circle. Nice circular motion. Fluid, like you're going through water. You can let the rest of the body sway too. That's okay. Feel both sitting bones on the chair. Reach towards the left, up and around. Reverse it. Reverse it. Take the arm back, up, and around. And play with your palm. So palm faces down, and then palm faces up as the arm reaches back. And let's switch sides. You can't really do this wrong. We're just opening up. And listen to your body. Maybe you don't reach so far and you bend the elbow. And then over time, you lengthen the arm when your body says it's okay. And let's reverse it. And gaze at the palm and kind of play with, what's it feel like when the palm is upward? What does it feel like in your shoulder when the palm is down? And return to center. Drop your chin towards your chest gently. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, drop the chin. Inhale, lift the head. Turn your neck with your neck muscles, your head towards the right. Inhale to center, use the neck muscles, turn towards the left. And come back to center. Let's lift the shoulders, make a fist, and let it go. Inhale, make a fist with your hands, shoulders towards your ears, and let it go. Let's walk in place, swing your arms, You can swing wildly. Just make sure you're not going to knock anything over. Always want to make sure you got about arm's distance away from you when you do your yoga. You don't need a big space, but good to have a space where you can extend your arms long and wide. Breathe in and breathe out. Awesome. One more, even it up and release. Why am I already building heat? I'm going to take this off. All right, let's do a little sun salute. It's gorgeous out. I hope it's gorgeous where you are. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Gently pull the elbows in. Lean about a third of the way forward. Try to keep your neck spine in line with your heart spine, meaning you don't want the head back like that, and you don't want the head forward like that. You want it about in the middle. See if you can feel where it's just about right, where you feel like it's comfortable but elongated through your spine. Take your arms out to the side. Beautiful. And then exhale, hands to your thighs. Draw your shoulders up and back. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. Push down through your palms. Lift your heart. Lift your heart. Good. Back of the neck is long. Exhale. Lean forward. Take your sitting bones back. Feel your shoulder blades come onto your back. So there's pressure on your thighs. Not so much that it hurts, but there's pressure giving you leverage. Inhale your arms out to the side. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to your hips. Now we're going to push down through our feet and our toe pads. Take a breath in as you rise and exhale, feel the belly and the pelvic floor tone. So we can add these movements and concepts in for whatever yoga pose we're doing or movement. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Lean forward, elbows towards each other. Lengthen spine. Take your hands to your thighs. Roll your shoulders up and back. Let's do a little yoga push-up here. Exhale, lower. Hands are pressing down into thighs. Inhale, lift up. Notice how I'm not lifting all the way up. It's like a little push-up. Pull your belly in and up. Exhale, lower, spine is long, sitting bones are angling back. Push down, rise up, arms up overhead, hands at the heart. Let's add in a twist. If you have a block, take it forward in front of you or put it in between your feet. Either way would work. And here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms out to the side. Lower the right hand to the block and your left hand to your hip. If you don't have a block, you can take your hand, your forearm, and go like this, or you might do something like this because it's a twist. So this would be a twist without the block. Hands at your hip, shoulders up and back. And then exhale, take the shoulder forward, gaze forward. Inhale, open up the shoulder. Exhale, roll it. Inhale, open it up. Maybe lift the arms skyward. This is a maybe. Maybe doesn't mean you have to do it. Maybe says, oh, this is an option. Feel the opening. Lift your right ribs upwards. That's it. Feel it. Exhale, come on down. So left hand is either on the block, or maybe you got forearm here, or maybe you got arm here like that for the twist. Hands at your hip. Roll the shoulder up and back as you twist. Exhale, come back forward.
Oh.
Inhale, shoulders up and back. I think someone needs to be muted. I'm not sure. I thought I heard a little voice. Exhale, shoulders forward. Inhale, pull it up and back like that. One more time. and lift it, and maybe you take your arms skyward, spreading fingers. That's it. Breathe in, breathe out, push your toes down, pull your pelvic floor in and up at the end of your exhale as you open, open, open. Release down, hands to the knees or the thighs, round your spine like cat pose. Take your chin to your chest, feel your shoulder blades open, and then inhale, lift your heart. Heart rises, back of the neck is long. Exhale, we round, chin to chest. Inhale, take your arms in a V for victory, lift your heart. Exhale, we round. Inhale, lift your arms in a V, curl your fingers in towards your palms. Thumbs are towards the center of your V. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift tall on your inhale. Exhale, push your toe pads, your heel down, interlace your thumbs. Lift your fingers. Side bend towards your right. If this is tough, put one arm down and use the other one for your side bend. Keep pushing your toe pads down, especially on the left side as you take a side bend to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's push down and rise up. Relax your shoulders. Side bend other way towards your left. So now make sure you take an inhale. That's the release. Belly expands. Exhale, belly and pelvic floor pull in and up as you side bend towards the left. You can pull your thumbs apart if they are interlaced. Breathe in, breathe out, push down, rise up, hands at the heart. Notice how you feel. Notice how you feel. Let's go towards our warrior two pose. Right toes out, left foot is forward, and we're making about a 90-degree angle. It's going to depend. If you're real tight, the angle might be smaller. Or if you're feeling like it's okay for your knee and your inner thigh, you might extend the leg, or there could be somewhere in between. Make your adjustments on the chair so you don't feel like you're leaning forward. And see if you can even close your eyes. See if you can feel your shoulders over your hips without looking. See if you can feel that. And if your balance feels funky, then open your eyes up. Now, let's inhale and lift the front toes. So the right toes, lift them. Exhale, push the toes down and the heel down. You're going to feel these little muscles in your arch. They're activating. And it's like there's a foot diaphragm there. It's like a suction cup. So you're pulling in and up on that pelvic floor on the exhale while you push your foot down, 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 down. Release that, let it go. Now let's try the back foot. The back foot. If your back foot is flat down, some people are doing this. And so if that's the case, you might want to play with point and flex. If your foot is down, take a breath in. On your breath out, pull pelvic floor in and up and push the toes and the heel down and even the outside of the left foot. And release. This is a lot of work. One more on this side and then we'll give it a break. Inhale, lift your toes. Exhale, push them down, float your arms up. Gaze over your right fingertips. Breathe in and breathe out. Take your hands to your heart. Lift your arms skyward. Open up like you're swimming, like the breaststroke. So you can take your gaze forward and then over your right arm. So when I say forward, I actually mean facing the same way as the side of your body. Lift up and then exhale. You're facing over your right arm. Let's take a back bend. Lowering the left arm down, the right arm rises high and towards the sky. Inhale back to center. Let's walk our feet back in. That was a while. Maybe open and close your knees a few times. Open it and close it. Release anything that was feeling kind of sticky or static and needs a little movement brought in there. Other side. Left foot's out. Heel and knee are lining up. Right knee is either forward or make your adjustments and lengthen the leg. I like to pick the hips up and find that spot where it's not going to cut into the back thigh. So you want to make sure that you feel comfortable. You should not be in the pain. Close your eyes and feel your shoulders and that they're stacking over your hip points. This would be forward. This would be kind of back. And this would be over the hip points. Then let's inhale and float our arms into a T, and then exhale and lower them down. Lift your left toes on the inhale. Exhale, push the toes down. You might feel your pelvic floor naturally lift in and up because there is this connection between pushing down through your feet. Strong feet means stronger pelvic floor. Release that, let it go. Let's do the other side. Inhaling, right toes rise. Exhale, push them down. Push the outside of the right foot down. Breathe in and breathe out. Release. Let's now push both feet down. You can lift your toes first. It's just helpful. Lift them, spread them. Lift them, lift the toes, spread them, push them down. Float the arms up. Gaze over your front fingertips. Inhale, take the arms skyward. Exhale, palms down, heart center. Open it up wide. Inhale, lift it up. Gaze up to your fingertips. Exhale, hands at the heart. Open it up. Let's do it backwards. Bring your palms in. Lift up. Open. Bring your palms in. Lift up. Open. Gaze over your left fingertips. Breathe in and breathe out. Reverse your warrior. Taking the back hand to the back thigh, your left arm towards the sky or even behind the head. Breathe in, breathe out. It's support for the head. We're not pushing the head. That's a no-no. Inhale, come back to warrior T. Arms into T and wide. Release. Let's walk our feet back towards each other. Notice how your body feels now. Notice how it feels now. Let's do a spinal balance in the chair. So you're going to take your right leg forward. The heel can be up or down or somewhere in between. We don't need it higher than the hip for sure. And then take your fingers to the thigh and notice how it's working. If you need to give it a little support, do that. You can use your hand or you could use the strap like this. I'll just show you like this. And that would help the leg stay up. Push the heel away and then left arms to the side. Breathe in, breathe out. Now let's push down through the standing leg or the foundation leg. That's the left one. So push the foot down. Notice how your belly tones. Breathe in, breathe out, switch it up, switch it up. So now it's left leg is forward, push the heel away, could be down, right arm comes out to the side. Feel your muscles, feel them activate. Even if the leg doesn't lift, feel or imagine it lifting and you will be triggering these neural pathways and activating the muscle. You will be, that brain, you're activating that brain muscle, but feel it, feel it, feel it. You can take your hand on the top of the thigh and push it into the thigh and thigh into foot. That's an isometric. Let's release that, let it go, and walk. Let's alternate. Let's walk it out. All right, now even I'm not doing this quite what I intended. So it's right leg forward, left arm out to the side, left leg forward, right arm out to the side. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up. Sometimes we got to tell our brain to do something, and then it might take a while to calibrate and release. Let's take our legs long, wide. Now, this could be wide. This could be wide. This could be wide. Walk your feet forward and back a few times. Open them up. So toes out, toes in, heels in, toes forward, heels in, toes forward. Toes forward, move them out, bring the heels back, toes outward, bring the heels back, toes outward. Stop when you find the place that's just right for you. Inhale, lift your toes and spread them. Exhale, release, push them down into the mat or to the earth, and feel your pelvic floor rise in and up. And release and let it go. Now we're going to use our hands for our strength too. Ganesha Mudra. Right hands in front, left arms out to the side, or left arm. We're interlacing fingers here so you can see, and we're pulling fingers against each other. Doesn't really matter which hand is in front first, but just remember, because we're going to switch it up. You can relax your elbows, try to relax your shoulders, push fingers against fingers. Now, inhale, lift toes. Exhale, push them down at the same time. Try to pull your hands apart, even though they're interlocking here. Interlocking. Ooh, are you strong? Pull your pelvic floor in and up. Release and let that go. Let's try the other side. So now, left hand's in front for me, right hand is behind. Just do the opposite, whatever you were doing. We're pulling fingers against each other. We're using our own strength, pulling the right to the right and the left to the left, and we find our center. Breathe in, toes rise. Breathe out, pelvic floor pulls in and up, and pull your hands apart and feel your belly tone. Isn't that amazing? The belly's toning. For many, this is a natural reaction. Let's let it go, shake it out, and get ready to go down towards the earth. Okay, so we're going to move our props to the side for those of you coming down to the earth. And you might want to bring a blanket to put underneath your knees. Go down safely with no sense of urgency. Go at your own pace. Place a blanket down. I love the chair near the wall. It's really helpful. It's helpful. It's more reassuring. So stepping onto the blanket, taking the hands to the side of the chair, slowly lowering one knee down and then the other. And then move your chair out of the way. Now I am going to move this chair out so it's not in your vision. And then I'll meet you back here. And we'll do some cat-cows and weight bearing. Some good yummy stuff. So we're on our hands and our knees. And now we're spreading our fingers just like we were spreading our toes. Spread your fingers, not so much that it's crazy spread, but you want to feel an opening and then push the finger pads down and this pointer finger knuckle, real important, so the weight doesn't go to the outside of the hand and into the wrist. Here we go. And so we've got our hands just about under the shoulders. I like them a little forward, feels like a longer table. And then let's rock forward and back. And just notice the weight as you come forward and the weight as you go back. Breathe in and breathe out. And maybe circle the hips around, loosen up the spine even more than we've already done. Circling the hips one way and then the other. And then come back to this neutral table, clawing it. Now, if for some reason your wrists are bugging you, you can come down onto your forearms if that's okay. You also can put your, I'll just remind you, you can put your hands on blocks, which is a little bit softer, not quite as much wrist pressure. We're trying to get the weight more into the fingers than we are the wrist. Let's extend the right leg back, curl the toes under, and push the heel away. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And do the other side. It should feel really good, like you're getting a stretch through your calf as you roll through your toes. So this is good for your foot. And it's good to feel a nice stretch through the back of the calf. And then come back to center. Let's take a little break, get off of the wrist, and come in towards a child pose. So for child pose, you might want a blanket underneath your feet because a lot of times people cramp. I had somebody write me an email this week about her feet cramping. That was one of the reasons she didn't do yoga. Well, so there's many reasons to do or not do something, but there are some things we can do to help, which is to put a blanket under. And certainly if you cramp, you want to come out of it and take a break. Don't try to sit through that. Some people like to stamp their foot down. So you could put your foot down and a lot of times the cramp will go away. Of course, a little massage and tender loving care is good for the foot too. So let's go to our child pose. And I think I'm going to face forward so you can see my child pose. If you have two blocks, you can put them under your palms. That's a nice thing to do. Not a requirement, but a nice thing to do. And so here we go. I'll show you what I mean. And I want to make sure you see me. So here we are, knees apart, hips back, and arms forward on the blocks. I'll turn it the other way too so you can see. I'm just not sure if you're seeing it. I can't tell because I'm in the miniature screen here. So, because I like seeing you guys a little bit. All right, so here we are. We're in our child pose. Palms are on the blocks. Toes are towards each other. Breathe in and breathe out. If your hands aren't on the blocks, then your hands are just down on the earth. It's just a nice option to know that it's there for you. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel your belly as it expands. And exhale, let it go. Breathe in. And on your exhale, how about push your finger pads down and your palms rise like you're cupping your hands around a cupcake. And then exhale, release the fingers. Inhale, lift them. And exhale, push the pads of the fingers down. Lengthen your spine back. And then inhale, let's come up and let's play on our back with some bridge pose action. And we're gonna strengthen these, our hips. Now you might have a little blanket underneath your head and that's fine. You don't want your head to tilt back. You want it to be nice and length, the neck to be long and the forehead and the chin to be about parallel with the earth. So this is tilting back and then the neck is crunched. And this is tilting forward and the neck is flat. We want to be somewhere in between where we got this curve of the neck. Then feel your feet forward and you might tickle your ankles or your heels to see if they're there. That can be one way to figure out if your hands are just out or your feet are just outside your hips, about hip distance apart. And then we are going to lift up and then not all the way, lift up about 50%. Now push down through your feet and your toe pads and pull your pelvic floor in and up. You guessed it. And then let's exhale, lower a little bit down. Inhale, lift a little bit up. Exhale, pulse it a little bit down. Inhale, lift it. As you exhale, push your feet down, your toe pads down, keep them, inhale, lift it, and then release, let that go. You wouldn't want to always push down. Let's exhale and lower down. Bring your right knee in towards you. Give it a hug, and then let the foot go. Let it go back to where it was. Now the other side. Left knee comes in, give it a hug, release it, let it go. And back to the right. When you let go, feel the footprint touch the earth. Inhaling, bring the left knee in towards you. Exhale, let the footprint come down to the earth. Let's go back to our lifting our hips. This is more of toning our hips than it is lifting into a back bend. You can have your arms down by your side, or you could go to robot, but let's push down through the feet. Keep that neck curve. Don't let that neck go flat and push against the earth. So we're about a 50% up. Let's exhale, lower the hips about even 50 to 25%, and inhale, lift them up. Exhale, lower. As you inhale, push your toe pads down. And then inhale, let them lower a little bit. We can play with this. Exhale, push the finger pads down, lift the hips, tone the hips. Inhale, lift a little down. Notice if you're starting to get a little tight. If you are, give it a break. Give it a break. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Notice if you're feeling some toning. Notice if you feel some toning, because that's what we're going for, is getting these hips a little stronger and toned. Now, go ahead and turn your toes out, and your knees out, and your heels are in a little bit. We're going to do the same thing and do a little bit of pulsing. So inhale, hips go up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Push your toe pads down. Pull your pelvic floor muscles in and up. And let's release. Let that go. Number 4 pose. Bring the right ankle or heel over the left thigh. That's it. And then gently use your right hand to push the thigh away. If you feel a stretch in your hip or your inner thigh, you can stay right there. If not, pull your knees towards you. The left, it'll come off the earth until you feel a stretch. And then stay here. Your hands can stay one at the knee, one at the foot. You can interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. You can use your hand behind the left thigh and use your right hand to push the right thigh away. There's so many variations of this, but try to feel a stretch in this piriformis muscle, the outside of the hip. And some people feel this is an inner thigh stretch. So breathe in, breathe out. You can always make your adjustments with knees coming closer to you, which intensifies it, or moving away from you, which will release it a little bit. Better to go not quite so far and take a pause and notice, and then maybe go a little bit further and release. Let's let the foot come down. Now, let your knees fall towards a twist. So we're going to let the knees fall towards the right. If you don't like it with this foot on top, you can switch it and just let the knees stack one on the other. And make your adjustment so that you feel the right shoulder blade down and you're starting to lower the left shoulder blade down. So there's an opening across your chest. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Now we're going to roll all the way over onto our side. Whatever side you're on, doesn't matter. And then bend your elbow and rest your ear on your arm. If you need a little cushion there, then use it. We don't want to lift the head up like that, though. We're looking to generally keep this nice alignment in the head and the neck and the spine. Then we're going to do our little clamshells. So toes towards each other, knees away, and close it and open it and close it, maybe not all the way, and open it. So you can play with closing it all the way or not, and just little pulses. And you might start to feel a little toning back in your upper hip, upper back hip. Breathe in and breathe out and breathe in and breathe out. Let's do a few more. How about a total of 10? And notice if you start to feel some tightness, and then you're going to release it by extending the top leg and push the heel away. Push that heel away. Breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in and breathe out. Let's do a little pulsing here with the leg. A little bit of pulsing, just a little bit. Breathe in. Now, with the bottom knee bent, that's helpful for balance. If you want, you can extend it. It's a little bit harder. And if you use the top hand and push it down, that'll help. Or maybe put your hand on a block in front of you. That can be nice too. Now, let's go for bringing the top knee in towards us. So you can be bent on the bottom or straight. And then bring the knee up and press your foot into either your lower leg, the inside of your lower leg, could be bent like that, or your upper leg, but not on your knee. So we're either pushing foot onto inner thigh, above the knee, or below the knee. We are in lying down tree pose. Breathe here. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. You might take your upper arm over your head. That could be fun, and get a good stretch there. Yes. Big, 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 big stretch. And then release. I think we should do the other side. So you could just roll over, but I am going to switch sides so you can see, because you'll get a better view. So we're going to come on down, relax the ear down on the arm, and start with the knees bent. And then you're going to lift the upper knee like you're making a open clamshell, and then close it and open it and close it. If you want, you can do a little bit more pulsing action rather than opening and closing it so much, and you will start to feel your buttocks working back there, a little bit of work in the buttocks. You can do small movements or you can do bigger movements. Play with it. See how it feels different to you. You can do like 10 repetitions of this. You could take a pause and do another few repetitions. It's a good thing, right? What do people say? Oh, I want one of those yoga butts. Well, we don't need a yoga butt necessarily, but it's good to activate it. It's good to work it. Then we're going to extend the leg and push the heel away and do a few pulses. And this is where you can decide whether to keep the bottom knee bent or elongate it and push the heel away and then pulse it. So either way, this is a balance thing, right? Because we could fall that way or that way, but we're not going to fall very far, which is a good thing. So a little bit of pulsing. Breathe in and breathe out. I know we have to do number 4 and all that on the other side. We will get to it, I promise. Now, you can bring your knee up, or you can put the foot on the lower part of the leg or the upper. Here we are, somewhere above or below the knee. You're pushing the foot into the thigh and the thigh up into the foot. Breathe in and breathe out and breathe in and breathe out. And maybe you take your arm up overhead and reach like a big tree, big mama oak tree, and then roll onto your back. And let's do the other side for number 4. So here we are on our back. Get our position again. Feet just outside, hips. You might tickle your heels to make sure they're there. Feel your feet, push them into the earth. And you might even do a few pelvic tilts on your way. Find that neutral spine. So that's somewhere between pelvis forward and back. Lift your left knee and place the ankle over the thigh. We're in number 4 on the left side. Use your left hand, push the thigh away. If you so desire to get a little bit more of a stretch, you might pull the knees in towards you and stop. When you feel the hint of sensation, feel, take a few breaths. You can always bring it in a little bit more or release it. Either way. So feeling the stretch that you're getting right here. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Let your knees fall towards the left, either keeping this leg like it is or stack your knees. Open up your arms into a cactus or arms long. Adjust your head. Maybe you turn the head the opposite direction for your twist. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's come to center, and I'll give you a choice. You can use your blocks into lying down butterfly pose with your blocks underneath your legs like this, or pillows. Pillows work. You don't have to use blocks, either one. And then we're going to play with that pelvic floor idea, because this is a good place to do it. Or you can have your knees together in constructive rest pose to do it as well. You might feel the pelvic floor a little bit more with the knees out, but do which one's right for you at this moment. So hands on belly, maybe on heart, one on heart. We're going to breathe in and feel the belly lift. We'll breathe out through the nose and feel the belly softly come down. Do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe a count of 4 to 5 on the inhale and 4 to 5 on the exhale. Then, when you do your next exhale, I want you to pull your pelvic floor in and up. So, first we inhale. On your exhale, pull the pelvic floor in and up. You might feel your ribs push down a little bit. And then inhale, release. Belly expands. You release that contraction. At the end of your exhale, pull the pelvic floor in and up. Belly tones. And release. You can play with doing shorter holds or longer holds. I would stay with one or the other and then maybe switch it up at another point. So let's hold it, let's say for 3 this time. We'll breathe in. And then we'll breathe out and then hold that contraction at the end of the exhale for about a count of 3. And then release it and let that go. And let's do that one more time. Breathe in. Exhale. Pull it in and up at the end of the exhale. Let it go. Let's stretch the back of the legs now before we end our time together. So place a strap around your leg. Now, if you don't have a strap, you can use your hands. Bottom knee is bent, unless you're flexy. And Push the footprint up towards the sky. Relax the shoulders and the jaw. Enjoy this stretch. If you want more juice, if you think you need more juice, make sure that you don't need it first. If you feel you need it, you can extend the bottom leg to get a little bit more of a stretch. We're pushing our heels away from us and our toes towards us. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's stay for about 30 seconds on each side. Breathing in and breathing out. So if your counts are about 5 in and 5 out, that's 10 seconds. So you only need a few breaths on each side, but you can certainly take longer because that's really nice. And then we'll do the other side. It's really nice to get a long stretch in, as long as it doesn't feel like your body is stiffening up. You want to lengthen it, not work against that. Pushing the heel upward toes towards you. Maybe you pulse it just a little bit. Notice where you start to feel that stretch. And then maybe you extend the leg. Maybe you don't. And feel this lengthening behind the thigh. Breathe in for about 4 or 5 counts. And breathe out for about 4 or 5 counts. Nice, long, smooth breath in and out through the nose. Diaphragmatic or belly breathing. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly releases. Let's release the foot, let it go, and find your way to your final relaxation pose. So that could be traditional Shavasana like this. It could be pillows under your knees. It could be legs up, relaxed on a chair or sofa. It could be legs up the wall. You choose which one is best for you so that you can relax and absorb all the moving and breathing that we've been doing. Find the resting pose that is best for you and really enjoy it. You do deserve it. You've been moving. You made a commitment to be here and to be right here in this present moment. Relaxing the facial muscles, the tongue and the jaw, the eyes and the forehead. Relaxing the whole head. Feel the head against the earth if you're lying down. Relaxing. So you feel a gentle wave of the belly without trying to control it. It just floats up and down. You might feel your heartbeat. You might not. Feel the weightiness of your torso and your arms. Allowing the fingers to just be. Breathe in and out. Relax the hips and the pelvic floor without trying to control the muscles. Feel your legs supported against the earth or the chair or the bolster. Relaxing the toes, whole foot. Some people like to imagine like a color going through the body, or maybe sprinkles of light. A gentle massage of the breath throughout the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Stay as long as you want in your resting pose. We'll close the class with palms in front of the heart, bowing in with gratitude for the blessings in our life, for this beautiful, vibrant community supported by the Michigan Parkinson Foundation. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. I'm here for any questions you might have. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope you take time for your